Sup guys, my name is Nick, welcome back to the Transmitter channel. This year I've decided that I will probably stop ranting on things on this channel. I don't want to really do this whole channel just to tell people how bad Russia is. So instead I will do more kind of an educational videos which are gonna show how actually interesting is Russia. And one of the series of the videos that I want to do on my channel is a series about Russian language. But no, I will not teach you Russian language because I'm not a teacher, I have no teaching practice, and there are already plenty of people who can teach you Russian. Language courses, the YouTube videos, Duolingo. My videos, however, are gonna be kinda helpful for people who learn Russian, and also just interesting facts about Russian language and why you should choose it and how should you learn it, and maybe some interesting things that are special for Russian. And instead of calling it Russian 101, since I'm not teaching anyone, let this be Russian 000. And this video is going to be about whether you should or shouldn't learn Russian, or actually it's gonna be me telling you why should one learn Russian. There are many different reasons why you should learn Russian, and let's start from the spread of Russian language. And Russian language is one of the most widely used languages of the world. It's number 8 of the world's most used language by the number of native speakers, and number 9 of the world's most used language by the number of total speakers. It is the number 2 language on the internet. That's right. By the amount of websites, Russian is the language number 2 of the internet. It's the second most used language on the internet after English. So this already is kind of a good reasons, because Russian is pretty popular. It is spread not only over Russia but also over all the ex-USSR, including the Baltic states like Latvia, Lithuania and Estonia, Ukraine, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Armenia, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan, as well as the other language groups all over the world. Russian is a Slavic language as well, so that means that after learning Russian, it is going to be easier for you to learn any other Slavic languages such as Polish, Serbian, Macedonian, Czech, Slovene. Second reason why you should learn Russian, which it's not really the reason why you should, but is kind of a reason why you can start, why you can try. Russian is a very complicated language. Many think that it's more complicated than Chinese. And of course it depends on which language is your native language. So this is kind of a challenge. Can you at least learn some words? Can you understand the grammar? Can you at least speak, even like with the low grammar level? Can you at least do something with the Russian language? It's just a challenge, which is like learning Chinese, learning Mandarin, or any other complicated language, but this time it's Russian. Third of all, it's probably like the most widely used reason of why you should learn Russian is because of the culture and the history. The culture of Russia, all the Russian literature, or like music, everything of this, of the past centuries, has got so many interesting things. Of course, the most famous writers like Leo Tolstoy or Fyodor Dostoevsky were both Russian, and they wrote their original books in Russian, so it would be kind of interesting to experience it, as well as experience the Russian history, because Russian history, culture have a lot to do with the history of the Russian language. You can see how, according to the relation with several nations, when which words were imported and how they changed. And this is a real interesting thing to consider when you start learning Russian. The reason number 4, which I found, is that the language is actually pretty popular in terms of learning. You can find a lot of books trying you to teach Russian. There are a lot of dictionaries. There's a lot of YouTube videos that are teaching you Russian language, for example from Howcast or from other different YouTubers. There's a lot of different websites and apps that can help you learn Russian, such as Babbel and Duolingo, as well as you can find a lot of teachers on italki. So basically there is a lot of ways to learn Russian. And also, if you would like to visit Russia, visiting Russia can be a bit complicated, but at the same time, it's pretty cheap. So once you come to Russia, it's cheap to live here and it's easy to afford maybe even some language courses of Russia here in this country. And the reason number 5 why some people can choose Russian, it is that the Russian language is considered to be beautiful. I myself see that the Russian language is beautiful by how rich it is, how many words you can use just to define one thing, and how melodic it can be with the poetry. But for other speakers, they cannot really understand because they do not what the people say. Well, however, a lot of Americans and Germans have told me that Russian language sounds very interesting and somewhat melodic even when you just speak it. I cannot judge, but if you want to judge, let me tell you some of the parts of different poems of Russian poets. Мороз и солнце, день чудесный. Еще ты дремлешь, друг прелестный. Пора, красавица, проснись. Открой сомкнуты негой взоры, навстречу северной авроры звездою севера явись. Петров капланом за пуговицу пойман, штаны заплатаны, как балканская карта. Я вам, сэр, назначаю аппоинтмент. Вы знаете, верно, где мой апартмент? Тудой пройдете 4 блока, потом сюдой дадите крен. А если стриткара набита около, можете взять подземный трен. Шагане ты моя, Шагане. Потому что я с севера, что ли? Я готов рассказать тебе поле про волнистую рожь при луне. Шагане ты моя, Шагане. Потому что я с севера, что ли? Что луна там огромней в 100 раз. Как бы ни был красив Шираз, он не лучше рязанских раздолей. Потому что я с севера, что ли? So you can judge for yourself. And these were the 5 reasons of why you should learn Russian. I think Russian is a pretty interesting language to learn, and I would recommend you doing so. So, good luck in learning Russian. If you wanna get some good materials on doing so, you can check Duolingo. They have a pretty good free course. You can check the italki.com as always, because they, as you may or may not know, they provide very good native speakers lessons. And as well, you can go to the subreddit Learning Russian, where this video is also gonna be posted, as well as all the other videos from the Russian O series on the Transmitter channel. My name is Nick. Peace.